So today we are going to do Brussels sprouts. Now, I love Brussels sprouts, and strange enough, a lot of people don't. So it seems that either you love them or nah, you're not into them. But I really love them, and most of my family members do too. So all I have done is, it's about 1.5 pounds, and I have peeled them, taken the outer leaves off. You just sort of roll them off like that. And then once it looks nice and clean, then you know they're done. And then the other day, somebody told me it would be better if you come a bit closer here, you can see it, if you cut crossways into the stem in the bottom. So this way, when you cook them, this cooks just at the same speed as the rest of the little sprout. So there we go. And all we really need for this recipe are Brussels sprouts, salt, pepper, and a little bit of nutmeg, and a tablespoon of butter later. So let's take this over to the stove. And I already put about 1 liter of water in the pot. And we're just gonna add the Brussels sprouts in there, turn on the heat, and let them boil for, I would say maybe 8 minutes or so. And then find out if they're tender enough. And the best way I find to find that is with a little paring knife. You just kind of see if it goes in really nicely. At this point, you don't need any salt or anything. You just want to make them to the degree that you like them, with maybe a little bit of bite, not too mushy. So I usually put my lid on it and let them cook for a little bit. So my Brussels sprouts have cooked. But I wanted to show you something. It seems that I'm starting a collection of aprons. Isn't that funny? So instead of keep calm and carry on, it's remain calm and carrot on. Anyways, I thought that was funny. So I have to see what other aprons are out there. I've never really have done that before. So let's get back to the Brussels sprouts. Now, as you can see, they have cooked nicely. And when I take my knife, they're absolutely wonderful, although they still have a bit of bite to it. So they go back into the same pot. And now I'm gonna add a little bit of pepper, not too much actually, and a little bit of salt, also not too much. And a little bit of grated nutmeg. Oh, I just wish, and I keep saying that over and over again, I just wish you could smell the nutmeg. It's just so lovely. There we go. I think that about does it. And now I'm going to add about a tablespoon, well, maybe a bit less. Maybe 3/4 of a tablespoon of butter. I'm going to turn the heat back on. And all I'm really doing now is melting the butter and coating all this goodness in the melted butter. This is exactly how my grandmother made Brussels sprouts, and that is the only way I knew how to eat Brussels sprouts. Well, we had them in the garden, and we ate them only in the fall, but we mostly saved them for Christmas. And since I have learned a lot of other recipes, for instance, if you toss them in olive oil and salt and pepper, a bit of garlic, roast them in the oven, fabulous. Or add a little bit of lemon zest, or even orange zest. Absolutely amazing. Now, while these are cooking, I'm going to show you my grandmother. This is my grandmother. I don't know if the light is shining on it too much or not. There she is. She raised me, and she is the person responsible for me enjoying cooking. There you go. That's my Oma. And now we're going to go back to the Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts a la Oma. That's a good one. And they're done. So all we do now is serve them. And I thought I'll show you this most amazing little piece of goodness. Now let's take a look at that. Isn't that just simply beautiful? And it tastes even better. Oh, just really, really good. And if you don't love Brussels sprouts yet, when you try that, you might. Guten Appetit.